0034 1266.
Yeah. Yeah. Was there any question, anyone? Yeah. Let's get started, guys. Okay. Now, so yesterday we looked at about the vector, right? So have you guys I have given the work of implementing a custom vector. Does anyone implement it? Yes, no, it's not a problem, guys. I understand that you are working professionals and you do not get time, but just let me know if you have done or not, or do you need more time?
Need some time.
Okay.
Yes,
Is it fine by Monday?
yeah, Monday.
Yes.
Okay, so fine. Just let me know like that. Okay. See, it is not like I'm not a school teacher, and even if you do not do, I cannot do anything. Correct? It's up to you, right? See, my responsibility is to teach and make you understand and give the homework. But if you're not doing the homework, I cannot take a stick and beat you like that, right? It is not a school, right? It's up to you. But so you just let me know if you need more time or something like that. Then, or while practicing, if you have any questions, just let me know. Okay. But this is for yourself. So you better practice. If you practice, the reason I'm saying is if you practice now, you will be able to write the code on your own. So later point of time, you don't have a problem. If you don't practice now, after the course is completed, if you're practicing, I'll not be there to clear your doubt, right? You can ask me the questions in the WhatsApp group, but it is not a live interaction, right? So that's the reason I'm telling. Okay, let's quickly. So array list is not synchronized, but vector is synchronized. So yesterday we have written some program and looked at what is synchronized. Can someone briefly explain that? Array list is not synchronized. What exactly it is meant by that?
It's meant like that. It is not a thread safety. So
Okay.
on the same object, we can there's some multiple operation can be done at the same time. For that reason, we have a vector class to which we has been synchronized. So for that, we had one. We in the yesterday class we wrote on class thread class and we visualized how the threads or we created two threads and we saw the demo
Yeah.
on the.
So
On the
for two threads, we have passed the same vector object. And if one thread is accessing the add method, second thread is going into a wait mode, correct? But whereas in the array list, is it happening? No. So that's the change. And if I have to implement custom vector, I already told you. So you will be doing that by Monday. Please do that and put your responses in the chat, like in the WhatsApp group, 01 complete collections, right? So whoever is enrolled for these collections, put this one. And there are some people who enrolled for data structures, put that into the data structures batch. Okay. Now let's continue. Okay. Now today we are going to look at hash map. Now I'm just going to tell you the theory. And we'll get started with what is the internal data structure for a hash map. Okay. So I'll share this class notes as well. I'm just waiting for everyone to join the WhatsApp group. Once everyone joins, I'll share the notes. I'll share the everyday notes also.
Code.
Yeah, code also I'll share. Code I'll share by weekly basis or something. Okay. For every week or something. And at the end, complete course, complete notes, complete interview questions, everything I'll put it in a zip folder. I'll share it. Okay. Okay. So today we are going to see hash map. So can someone tell me what is a hash map that you know? What are the details that you know?
So key value pair.
It contains key value pair. Okay. Key value. So what is a key? What is a value? Is it an integer or is it a string?
Based on our requirement, we declare.
So generally, if you don't mention what it will think, can I say it's an object? Correct?
Object, yeah.
Because for all the things, object is a parent. So that means, can I say whether you mention, if you mention key is a string, value is a integer. Those are integer is also an object, string is also an object, right? I mean, like whatever you're passing, it's an object only, right? So these are two objects, correct? Done. Now, now, does anyone know how does the hash map works, or what is the internal data structure of a hash map?
Don't know, Karthik.
Okay, fine. Now let me explain. Now, for example, so in the array list, what am I doing? L dot add. How many values I'm passing to the add method?
One.
Only one, correct? So this one can be a, say I can pass L dot add 10, L dot add Karthik, which is a string, or L dot add employee, new employee. That means user defined object, correct? So whenever I do, so where the data is getting stored directly, this is getting stored in
Correct. The
0th location, first location, second location, and this is the object array. Okay, done. Now, for example, now so now I want to store Karthik name followed by my mobile number. Can I do like this? L dot add Karthik, comma, phone number, something. Don't think that this is my number. It's just a number. Okay. So I'm just adding Karthik and I want to store mobile number. Can I pass like this data to the array list?
no, we can't.
No, you can't.
Okay. Now, so for today I have Karthik and mobile number. Tomorrow, can I add one more parameter in future? Like Aadhaar card number or address, etc. Can I pass? No, I cannot, right?
No.
Now, so in order to do this, what do you do generally? If in an array list, I want to store Karthik information, like Karthik name, mobile number, address, or in future, you can add dynamically new values also. If this is my functionality, what is the best way I can create? I want to use array list only. Okay. And I want to store the data.
I have to create another class and pass that class object.
Yeah, that means can I say that I will create a class called user? Okay. In this user, and I will create first what is that? Karthik is nothing but name, correct? I will create private string name and private int mobile number. Similarly, private long Aadhaar card number and private string address. Can I say I will create a class. Inside that class, I will create some variables and I will have some getters and setters, correct?
Yes.
And so what I will not add directly the data. So before adding, I will create I will call like new user and I will pass the data. That means I am creating an object for the user class and I'm storing it. Am I right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now here, whenever you're using, so the reason for that we are going for a user class because see, generally in array list, you can pass only one parameter. If you want to pass multiple parameters, what are you doing? You're creating a class and all those parameters that you want to store, you are grouping into one place and then adding it, correct?
Yes.
Now, similarly, in the hash map, how many objects are there?
Two.
Two objects.
So, map m equal to new hash map. I will explain why should I go for a map and hash map, why not hash map. Same thing for a array list also. After completion of all of this internal implementation, I'll explain. Don't worry. Okay. Now, so in order to add an element to array list, what method you will use? Add method, correct? How am I adding the data to array list? Using add method.
Add
right?
method. Yes.
So in a map, how can I add the data?
Put method, by using a put method.
So there is a method called put. How many arguments does the put method takes?
2 arguments.
So the first one is a key, second one is a value. Okay. Now, now how do I know the internal data structure of array list? How did I understand whenever I am learning earlier?
We need to go through the predefined class.
Predefined class. So that means first I have whenever I'm creating an object, I went and I looked at the constructor, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
let us look at the hash map constructor and see what happens. So if you are passing, can you see this is a constructor? Yes. Now, see from this line, if I pass the initial capacity as 5, so what does it mean, guys? This followed by this one. From here, where the control will go? This is a basic core Java question. Where you will use the this keyword. What is the meaning of a this keyword? This is a keyword, right?
To represent the
It
current
will
class,
refer to
current
Sharing constructor it will go.
Yeah. So that means, can I say, see from a single, see hash map followed by one argument. So it is not a method. It does not have a written type. It's a constructor. From this constructor, they want to call another constructor. So instead of mentioning the hash map, they are using it. So to call another constructor, this and super keywords are used in the constructor. Now for this followed by, I am passing 2 parameters. That means it from here, it will go to the hash map class, which takes 2 parameters. That means it is calling a another constructor. Okay. Now, if you look at here, hash map initial capacity, if you see, if the capacity you are entering negative, is it allowing? It will throw the exception, correct? Illegal initial capacity. Okay. So here maximum also cannot give. I mean, when I say maximum, generally you cannot give beyond the integer value. So then also you will get exception. Now, if not, look at here table size for. Now, let me show you one variable here. Yeah. So the internal data structure for hash map is the node array. Why the node array? Let us tell you. So here, internally here, just come back to the example of array list. In the array list, sorry, whoever is not speaking, please go on mute. So in the array list, when I wanted to store more than one value, I cannot. So in order to complete that property, what I have done, I have created a class called user, and I have all the user attributes I have kept in that user class, and I'm creating an object. Similarly, in the hash map, what I'm doing, whenever you're using a hash map, so you wanted to store key and then value. So internally, what the hash map creators or Java creators have done is they have created a class called a node. So inside this node class, they are creating a value. See, what is the key? It's an object, correct? The object key, object value. So they created a class called node. That means whenever you create a put, whenever you call the put method and pass this one, based on these values, inside the put method, they will create a object for this node class. To that object, they will pass whatever the user has passed, what is the key and what is the value. Basically, they will create a node object, and then they will store in the form of an array only. So in the array list, what object we are using? Object array. But in the hash map, we will be using node array. So the internal data structure for hash map is node array. And what is this node? Node is an inner class. You can see here. See, node implements map.entry. Don't worry about this. See, if you here, can I say that it's a class, static class node? Now, what are the variables it have? Hash, key, value. So don't worry about this hash. I'll come to this one. See, what is the key that you entered? That's a key. And what is the value that you entered? It's a value. Now, this is node next k comma v is nothing but it's a address of next node. So this address of next node comes into picture in case of collision. We are going to see what is a collision later point of time. But the inner data internal data structure for a hash map is node array. Why are we using node? Because we wanted to store key and value. So in order to store multiple things at one place, in the array list, just now what you have done, you have told that we created a class called user, and then we kept all the properties inside the user class, and we are passing an object. Same thing. So whatever you are passing a key and value, with that, they created a class called node class. So they will create a object. They will internally node n equal to new node of see, for example, here I am passing the key as 10 and the value as Karthik. 10 comma Karthik. They'll create an object like this, node object. Now this node object will be stored in the array. So that means the internal data structure is an array only. But what kind of an array? It's a node array. Now what is a node? It's an inner class to store the key and value pair. So any questions so far? Okay, I take that as a no. Now let us see what does the internal implementation of a put method. So the internal data structure for a hash map is node array. Okay, now let us see what is the internal data structure, internal implementation of a put method. Put internal implementation. So put method takes key, comma value. Okay. For example, I am putting the key as A, value as 50. Now, how does this get stored internally? That's the question. Now, let us see. Now, first, what will happen is, whatever the first it will for the key, given key, calculate the hash code. Okay. So divide the hash code by 16 and some other calculation to find index. Don't worry, I'm just writing the steps and then I'll come to the steps. At this index, create node object and store. Okay, so this is the internal implementation of a put method. Now let's see. Now this is the example. This is the I'm calling, like, I have created a hash map and then I'm calling the put method. I'm passing a comma 50. Now can someone tell me, in this statement, put a comma 50, what is the key and what is the value?
A is the key 57.
Key is A, correct? Alphabet. And the value is
50.
50. Okay, now what is the first step is telling? For the given key, calculate the hash code. How can I calculate the hash code in Java, guys? String. So see, A, capital A, it's a string, correct? String S equal to A. Now how can I calculate the hash code for this S?
If you write system.out.println, you will get it.
What is the method I have to use? Just like that, if I say I will get a hash code.
Two string.
Is it a two string? Two string will give you the hexadecimal, not the hash code, right? Hash code, it will give the hash code, but in a hexadecimal format. But my question is, I just want the hash code, right? So can I say in the object class, we have a method called hash code. See, in the object class, let me open the object class. Do you guys know that there is a method called hash code? Hash
Yes,
code
yes.
and equals contract something, correct?
Yes.
I'll explain what is the importance of hash code and equals also later. But do you see one method called hash code in the object class? So this will return the hash code of a given key. So now, how can I call this? See, how can I call this method? It's an instance method. Now, string is an object. In order to call the object class method, can I say object name followed by the method name? Yes. Now, first I will calculate the hash code. Okay. Now, so let us see first how can I calculate a hash code, or hash map introduction. Okay. Now, can someone tell me, I have an employee class. Employee, I already have an employee class. I'm just creating an object employee. Now for this employee, I want to calculate a hash code. How can I do?
Dot system.out.println e dot hash code.
So e dot hash code. That means is the hash code. See, what are you doing? You are using an object name followed by hash code method name. So that means does the hash code method is present in an employee class?
No, it's
No.
present in the object class.
Then where it will go? It will go to the object class, because for all the classes, what is the parent? Object class. So that means because of the inheritance principle, you can access the parent class methods also with a child object. Am I right? Yes or no? Yeah. See, it is printing some hash code. Now let us think. Now what is that one I have kept in the hash map? I have used string s equal to a. Sys out. For this string, I want to calculate the hash code. What should I do? S dot hash code. Now let us run the program. 65 something I'm getting. Okay. Or else let me take AB and let us see what is the hash code. Okay. Now I got 2081. Now let me do string S1 equal to new string of.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah. Whoever is not speaking, please go on mute, guys. Yeah. So sys out S1 dot hash code. Now let us see whether can I say I see for string S equal to AB and S1 equal to AB, both are same. Now I just wanted to see what is the hash code it will print. Is it printing the same hash code?
Yes.
Okay. Now can someone tell me what is the output of this one? S equal to S1. Is it true or false?
True.
Okay, one answer is true. But what about others? This is a basic question that will be asked in the interview on a strings. You're thinking that if the hash code is same, then both the objects are same, right? So, but is it right?
No, I think it is false.
Okay, why it is false? Why it is false or why it is true?
So like means if the hash code is same, it is not that the value will be the same.
So if the hash code is same, does not mean that both are pointing. See here, for example, so let us take some person. Let me take Akash and myself. So I'm maybe, so we are coming from Secunderabad. Akash is coming from Secunderabad and I'm also coming from Secunderabad. Like we are working in a same office. Assume that Akash, Ganesh and myself, we three are working in a same office. Let us take TCS. Now, we three are coming from a Secunderabad. Do you think that whenever we say that we are coming from a Secunderabad, do you think that we are residing in a same home? No. Does it mean, say, when I say I'm coming from a Secunderabad and in the Secunderabad road number 11, something I am telling you. If we see, when someone is asking about Akash, where do you stay? Akash is replying Secunderabad road number 11. Myself, I am replying Secunderabad road number 11. If Ganesh is also telling Secunderabad road number 11. Immediately, do you think that when we say address is same, does it mean that we are staying in a same home?
No.
No, correct. Now here, same thing. Here, if the value here, S value is AB and S1 is AB and the hash code is same, does it mean that it may same or it may not same, correct? See, myself and Akash may be a friends or brothers. We might stay in same home. It may happen or it may not happen, correct? So that means here in this scenario also, if the hash code is same, does it guarantee that both the objects are staying pointing into same memory location? It may or may not. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now, for example, if I take string S2 equal to AB. Okay. Now let us run sys out S equal to S2. Now, can someone tell me what is the output of line number 16 and 17? 16 will be false and 17 will be true.
Yes.
So why it is that? So that
Referring
means
to same memory, referring to same.
here also same thing, right? See, how can you say that it is referring to the same memory? Both hash codes are same, right? Let me print the hash code for S2 also. See, all the hash codes are same or not? That means if the hash code is same, see, one is giving false, one is giving true. Correct? Now, let me tell you guys. Now, so for specifically string, see here, do you think that first of all, we need to identify, whenever you are looking at, whenever I call the hash code method on an employee, so it will call the object class hash code method. Now, in the string class, the hash code method is overwritten. Now, first of all, let us see how the 2081 is calculated. Why it is giving, see, for example, let me create a new one more object for employee. See, can I say this line number 11 is one object, line number 12 is another object? Yes or no?
Yes.
But even though objects are different, see, line number 15 is another object, but still the hash code is same, correct? Now, similarly, let me create E is one object and E1 is another object. Let us see what is the value of E hash code and E1 hash code. Is it same or different? Let us see. Is it same or different? Employee?
Different.
It's a different, right? Now, let us see why. See, now the question is, sir, when the object is same, the value is same. So this S is a different object, S2 is a different object. But why the hash code is coming same? Do you have that question? Yes or no?
Yes, yes. Actually,
Hope you are able to follow me.
Yes, yes. Correct.
Okay. Now let us see. Now, so the default implementation of a hash code in the object class, it will follow the see here in the object class, we have a hash code method. Do you see the implementation here? It's a native method. Native method means the implementation would be there in the JVM. Okay. So JVM will know that one. Now let us come to the example that we have written hash map. Yeah, hash map. Now here, whenever you are using a health.hash code, look at here. So when I keep the cursor on this method, so see here, what is S is a string. So in the string class, look at here. What is the parent for string class? Object class. Now in the string class, let us see whether they have, see they have written the method. What does it mean? Can I say they are overriding the hash code method in a string class?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Now, whenever they are overriding, let us see what is the implementation. If you put the cursor here, see, returns a hash code. See, returns a hash code for the string. The hash code for the string is is computed as. That means, can you say this is a formula they are using? See, in this code, in this internal, whenever they are overriding this method, this is a logic they have used. Now, let us use this logic and find out. I'm pasting it here. Okay, and let me maximize this. Let me increase. Okay, so this is a formula. First, you understand they have overridden the method, hash code method in the string class. Yes. Now, inside the hash code method, what is the logic they have written? This is logic. Now, what is my string, guys? String is AB, correct? Now, what is a string? String is a character array. So, whenever I say S equal to AB, what does it mean? It's a character array. That means it's an array only, correct? A and B. So, at 0th position, A is there, 1 position, B is there. Now, apply the same formula. So, now, can I say that S of, see here, this is S of 0 is nothing but what? A multiplied by 31 to the power of n minus 1. What n is nothing but like number of, what is the length? 2, correct? 31 to the power of 2 minus 1. plus S of 1. S of 1 is nothing but what? B multiplied by 31 to the power of n minus 2. N minus 2 means currently 2. 2 minus 2 plus. And do you have anything else? No. If it is till the end of the array, you have to do now. A multiplied by 31 to the power of 2 minus 1, 1. Anything to the power of 1 is same thing, correct? B. So 31 to the power of 2 minus 2. 31, anything to the power of 0 is what?
1.
Yeah. So can I say B multiplied by 1? A multiplied by 31. What is the ASCII value of A?
65.
Multiplied by 31. Plus what is the ASCII value of B?
66.
Multiplied by 1. It's same thing. Now let us do 65 multiplied by 31. 2015, correct? Plus 66. Now let us do 2081. Am I getting right? Did I get the same value? What the compiler is giving? 2081?
Yes.
That means how does the hash code is calculated for a string? Based on the content that you pass, correct? If you are passing, see, string S is one object, S2 is another object, S1 is another object. But for all these strings, what is the content? Can I say it is the same?
Yes, content is same.
So when the content is same, hash code will be same or not?
Same, it will be
Because in the string class, they have overridden the hash code method and they're calculating a hash code for the string specifically based on the formula. This formula depends on the what parameter you passed it. Hope you understand. So does anyone has any questions on this so far? Why the hash code is showing same? Any questions? At least if you understand, please say yes or ping in the chat yes.
Yes, Karthik.
Yes.
Yeah. So now let us see. So why am I explaining this one is because in the, see, what is the hash code I have given to the put method? Sorry, what is the string I have given? A. Now, what is the first step it is telling? For the given key, calculate the hash code. Now, can someone tell me what is the hash code? Now, I will say a string s equal to a s dot hash code. What is the value, guys? A multiplied by 31 to the power of 1 minus 1. A multiplied by 31 to the power of 0. A multiplied by 1. 65 by 1. So can I say my hash code is 65 now?
Yes.
Yes. In order to tell you that, I told that. Now let's quickly tell you. So do you want me to explain this or not? Why this is true or false? This is not a collection topic. It's just a core Java topic. If you are interested, I can explain.
Yes, Karthik, please.
Yeah. So see, see, there are two ways you can create a string object. So string s equal to ab, string s2 equal to ab. This is termed as string object creation using literal. So this is string object creation using new keyword. Okay. Now you need to understand. Whenever I create a string object using a literal, so that means here you don't have a new keyword, correct? Whenever you're creating an object using a literal, so inside the heap memory, so we have a memory called heap. So this is a heap area. Inside a heap, we have a space called SCP. SCP is nothing but string constant pool. In this string constant, whenever you are using a string literal, so what happens? The memory gets allocated in a string constant pool. Now from line number 12, what is s equal to ab? Now what the compiler will do? Do I have a ab for string called ab? Do I have a memory allocated in the string constant pool? At this point of time, is it empty?
Yes.
Is my string constant pool empty? Yes.
Yes.
So that means there is no memory for a string called AB. So first it will create a memory for AB. Done. Once it is done, so can I say what are you doing? This AB value you are assigning to variable called S, correct? Yes, it is pointing to S. Okay. Now from line number 13, what are you doing? String S2 equal to AB again. Now again, same thing it will check. So is it a literal now?
Yes,
Yes.
it's literal.
Now, since it is a literal, what the JVM will do, it will check in the string constant pool, do I have a memory allocated already for AB?
Yes, it's allocated.
Yes.
If it is allocated, then it will not create a new memory. It will point S1 also to this one. Now, from this diagram, you tell me S and S1 are pointing to the same memory location.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, same example, let us take Karthik and Akash telling that Secunderabad road number 11. And if you ask further, what is your apartment name? What is your flat number? If all the details, if I'm telling, can you guess that both the people are staying in the same room? Yes. So here from the diagram, you can say, if I say S equal to S1, so this double equal will not compare, does not compare hash code. It compares memory reference. So that double equals will compare the memory reference, not the hash code. See, it does not compare hash code. Let me write clearly. Okay. So double equals will compare the memory reference. Now, can I say both S1 and S1 are pointing to same memory location? Yes. That's the reason whenever you say S equal to S1, it is printing, sorry, so in this scenario, it is S2, I guess. Yeah, sorry. My mistake. Let's keep it as a S2. So S equal to S2, it will return true. Okay. Now let us look at, say, line number 16. So line number 16, what are you doing? You are creating an object with a new keyword. So whenever you're using a new keyword, it doesn't matter whether it's a string object, employee object, department object, what object, any object that you create using a new keyword. So the memory gets occupied in the heap memory, inside a heap. Now here, you're creating, see, here it doesn't matter whether the AB is already there or it's not there. Always it will allocate a fresh memory. Here AB. Now this will be pointing to
S1.
S1. And at the same time, so that means whenever you're creating an object using a new keyword, first it will allocate the memory in the heap area, not in the string constant pool. So always, even if you say again, if I say again like this, string S3 equal to AB, will it pointing to the same location? No. Whenever you are using a new keyword, it will always create a new memory. That means it will create one more AB and it will point, this S3 will be pointing. And apart from that, it will check whether this AB is present in the string constant pool. If not, it will just allocate a memory. Now, for example, if I say now S4 equal to ABC. Okay. First, what it will do, it will create a ABC. Okay. Now, and then it is a S4. Done. Now, does the S4 is present in a string constant pool?
No.
Then it will just create a ABC. Just it will create, that's it. It will not refer to anyone, but it just creates a memory. Now, later, if I say string S5 equal to ABC. Now, line number 19, will it go to the heap memory or will it go to the string constant pool?
Constant pool.
In the string constant pool, do you have already ABC?
Yes.
So, will it create again?
No.
No.
S5 will be pointing, correct? Now, if I say S4 equal to S5, is it true?
False. False.
Why?
Hash code are different.
Different memory
Same.
reference.
Hash code is same, right?
Yes.
See, how can you say that hash code is different? I'm talking about S4 and S5. Hash code, the ABC is a key. Here also ABC. Both are ABC only, right? The hash code
But it
will
is
be
pointing
same.
to different memory locations.
Yes. So that means whenever you say double equals, what does it will compare? Memory reference, not the hash code. Hope you understand now?
Yes.
Yes, Karthik.
Yeah. So now let's come back to this one. Now, so for the given key, we calculated a hash code. Done. Okay. This is only for specifically for string guys. So if you ask me, sir, how can you say for employee, whenever I say employee dot e dot hash code, we are getting this number. Now the question comes, sir, how this number is coming, correct? So in order to get this one, they will use SHA algorithm. So this is called secure hash algorithm. It's a secured one. You will not be able to understand that algorithm. So the SHA algorithm is implemented in the JVM. When I say JVM means each operating system will have its own implementation, correct? So whenever by default, the object class hash code method uses a SHA algorithm. SHA is nothing but secure hash algorithm. So it depends on the JVM. So how you are getting this long number will not be able to identify. Okay. Now let's come back to the hash map. Now after calculating a hash code, so the default capacity of a, what is the default capacity of array list?
10.
Okay. So the default capacity of a hash map is 16. That means internally, whatever the, see, hash map is also nothing but an array only, correct? But it's a node array. The default capacity is 16. So what happens is divide the hash code by 16 or some other calculation to find the index. Now, why am I doing this calculation and all? So whenever you say array list, whenever I call add method first time, where it will go? In the array list, whenever I say add method for the first time, which index the data will go?
0th index.
You know that, right? Automatically. Next time, if I call second time add method means where it will go?
First index 0. First.
That means 0, 1, 2, 3
2,
like
3.
that. But in the hash map, the internal data structure is node array. But you cannot put it directly, you cannot say that you should go to the 0th index, you should go to the 1 index, no like that. So in order to see, first, whatever the key that you have given, you find out a hash code. Now hash code, see, if I'm giving my key as an employee, okay, if my key, so what do you think? So some people will say that, sir, once we got a hash code directly, based on that hash code, we'll insert that index in the hash map. Now, for example, instead of my key is A, if I can I keep the key as an employee object? Can I keep new employee as a key? Yes, we can keep. Generally, we don't. But if I add a employee object as a key, will anyone be going to stop me? No, key can be anything. Key in the hash map, key can be any object. You can add an employee object. Whenever I add an employee object, first what it will do, whatever is the key, it will calculate the hash code. Now for the employee object, can I say this is the hash code? Now, using this hash code, can I directly see this is a very long number? Directly, do I have the index in that hash map? No. So that's the reason what do we do is, we'll go to the second step. In the second step, this hash code will be divided by 16. Now, what is the value of A? Hash code 65 divided by 16. Can someone tell me what is the value? 4 point something, correct? Now, if I convert this into an integer, can I say 4? Yes. That means at 4th index, this value, you have identified that which index the value will be stored at 4th index. See 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. At 4th index. But how many values I need to store here? I have to store key and I have to store value. What they will do is, so what is the internal data structure? I just told that there is a class called node. In the node, with what, so in the hash map, if you look at the node class, see, look at here, inside the node class, what are the variables are there? Hash, key, and then value. So why they are using a hash code? To store the hash code also. It will be used in the retrieval. So here in the 4th index, once the index is identified, what they will do? They will create node n equal to new node. And see, can I say this is a constructor, guys? Is this a constructor? Yes or no? Node is a class. Can I say this is a constructor or not?
Yeah, this is a constructor.
So now what is the constructor it is taking? Hash code, key object, value object, followed by some next reference. I'll come to this next reference later. Right? Can I say now what is the hash code for me? 65. What is the key? A. What is the value? Some Karthik. And this next one is for time being, keep it as null. Now, can I, by doing like this, can I say I have created a node object? Yes. That node object will be stored in line number, index number 4. Now, in order to represent this, I'll just write a box kind of thing. It is not an array, but I'm just writing a box. See, the first element is 65 array hash, and second element is key. The value, third is a Karthik, and this is a null. So this will be stored at 4th position. So this is how the put method works. Now let me show you the code, whether is it the same or not. So whenever you do the put, where do you go? You will go to the put method, correct? Say put. Can I say this is a method you are calling? Put method, which you are passing key and value. Am I right? So now if you look at internally, so they are calling another method called put value. So put value method, what they are passing, these are the 3 parameters. If you look at here first, hash followed by key. That means, can I say this is a hash is also a method? In Java, method is the one which only can contain the open bracket and close bracket. Let's look at here. So that means first they are calculating a hash code, correct? How they are calculating? Look at here. Key dot hash code. Did I tell you the same thing? The first step. For the given key, calculate a hash code. How can I do? Key dot hash code. It's here A is a key. So A dot hash code. It's a string object. String dot S dot hash code we are calculating. Is it same? Guys, quickly respond.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, after calculating a hash code, so now I said in the second point, I told there is some calculation. See, divide the hash code by 16 and some other calculation to find out an index. What is that calculation? Look at here. See, once you find, see, if the value is null, if the key is null, then the hash code is what is the hash code? It will be 0. If the key is not null, then you are calculating a hash code by calling the hash code method. If it is a string, it will go to the string class hash code method, and it will be calculated based on the content that you passed. If it's anything apart from the string, like employee class or department class, then it goes to the object class hash code method. After finding out that, what is that they are doing? This is nothing but a power symbol, correct? And this is a right shift operation. But if you look at here, if you see here, what are they doing? 16. Why they are using 16? Because the default capacity of a hash map is 16. So this is a calculation they are doing. By doing this calculation, that what they are returning, that int value. This int value is nothing but an index. That index value will be returned to this put value method. See? In this put value method, see, do you see here? They're calling tab of I. Tab is nothing but internally it's a table. Okay. See here, let's look at what is tab. See, what is a tab? Can I say an array only? It's a tab is a variable name. But what is this variable? Can I say it's a node class and the array symbol, correct? What does it mean? Like if I'm asking you guys, what is a tab? Can I say it's an array only?
Yes.
No, but what kind of an array? It's a node array, right?
Node array.
So can I say whatever I explained here, the internal data structure is a node array. Does it match?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Now here tab of I. So that means I is from where you are getting an I. You are getting from here. You are calculating the index. Now tab of I equal to new node. New node means it's a method. Look at here. To this method you are passing a hash code, key, value. Inside the new node means what they are doing. Can I say they are calling the node class by new node means they are calling a node class constructor, correct? Can I say I have done the same thing here? Node n equal to new node. I have passed hash code, key, value, and then last object is null. So after that, it will be stored here. Any questions so far? We'll come to the second part later. So this, you are calculating a key and then value and all, you will update the value because hash map does not allow duplicates, right? So how do you know it's a duplicate? So that in order to find out a duplicate, we need to override equals and hash code method. I will explain that in an upcoming class. But hope you understand till now what is happening inside a hash map.
Yes.
So any questions?
Actually, there they have given next, but here they have
So,
given null.
yeah. So the next field, right? You're talking about the next field.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
So now let me ask you. So here I'll do the same put method. Let me do. Sorry. Yeah. So if I do put B comma Ajay. So what is the key here?
The key.
B, correct?
Please B.
So first, what I should do? B dot hash code, correct? For B,
Hash
I have to find out a hash code. B dot
hash code.
hash code. What is the hash code? Can someone tell me?
66.
66. And divided by
16.
what is the value? 4 only, correct?
4 only.
Now, but at 4, already you stored one index, one node object, correct?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Now, can I say, so that means this problem is referred as a collision. Does anyone get a question called what is a hash collision in hash map? Did anyone face this question in the interview?
Yes, Karthik.
Yeah. So this problem is referred as a collision. What is a collision? You are trying to insert at one index, correct? But at that index, already one node object is present, correct? So this problem is referred as a collision. In case of collision, see, that means you have to, at 4th index only, you have to store 2 nodes, correct? The first node will contain the A, 50, second node will contain B, A. But can you do at this point of time? No. That's where the initial implementation of a hash map follows the linked list. So that's the reason you will create one more node. That node will contain B, 66, B, Ajay, and null. Now, but I see here at 4th node, you have already pointed one object. Now, after this object, you wanted to create a relationship between this object and this object, correct? Because both are pointing into the same location. Now, so now what do you do? In this scenario, whenever there is a collision, you'll go for a linked list approach. Linked list means, you know, one basic called first node will connect to the second node, correct? Or first node will have the address of second node. Am I right? I will explain, don't worry about what is that address and all. But do you remember the same thing from your academics? Linked list is something which contains the second node address will be stored by the first node. Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So the one who asked a question. So in this scenario, what happens? This null will be replaced with the address. See, this is also a node object, correct? This is also a node object, correct? Now, how can I store this address? This address you are storing here, so that you are creating a link. That means by using this address, you can go to this location and get the data. How do we do that all? We are going to look at that in the linked list. This is called as a collision. Don't worry, I'll explain again this tomorrow. But since you asked a question, hope that is clear now. Where are we using that last object?
Yeah.
So, any questions, guys? So, guys, so in the starting of the class, I just explained that in the WhatsApp group, can you guys add your names to this, all the participants, right? Here I can see. See, you can see some Harish, Lakshay, Manisha, Rakesh, Rashid, Shiva, Sai Kishore, like that, right? So can you add the names to your WhatsApp profile and then ping hi in the chat so that the name comes here? I repeat, add the name to your WhatsApp group profile. You open the profile where you keep the status and all, just add your name and then ping hi in the chat like this, what Shiva has done, so that your name comes. The reason for that I'm asking is, so that I will know who is asking a question, right? It is not like I see. If someone is asking a question, then I have to make sure that whether he understood or not, right? So that is how I teach. So that is the purpose I'm asking you guys to add the name. So before tomorrow class, please do that. And by Monday class, I'm expecting you guys will be doing the custom vector. So any questions? And the initial classes will be going little slow. As I mentioned, the till linked list, it is very typical because these are the basic topics. So if you understand the basics very well, so after the completion of linked list, stack and queue we can even complete in 2 classes itself, because you are going to explain or you are going to tell me how to write. So, but the basics are important. So that's the reason I am explaining slowly. Okay. So if no question, that's all for today, guys. And Rashmi Ranjan, I'll inform admin about this one. You will be added to the group. And if guys, if you have any of your friends who wanted to join for this course, please refer them. Okay. If no question, that's all for today, guys. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thanks.